What's going on, guys? Wired here. Welcome to the first ever Wired Perspective video. What this part of the channel is going to be is we're talking everything comics. We're talking Marvel, we're talking DC over here, Batman, Superman, Iron Man, Cap, everybody, whether it's comic movies, games, TV shows, whatever. I'm going to try to start doing weekly uploads. So this first one is going to be a bit of a doozy. There's been a lot of reports, a lot of misinformation, some true, some not, of what's going on with DC. I'm a huge DC guy. I'm gonna try to wrap it all up for you, make it kind of easy to understand for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it, all right? For the past couple weeks, ever since James Gunn became co-CEO of DC Films with Peter Safran, there's been a lot of back and forth of what's true, what's not, because we've had conflicting reports. We've had reports that The Flash is going to be canceled, Wonder Woman's going to be canceled, Aquaman is done. Like, pretty much everything that's a Snyder era is done, for better or for worse. We don't know yet. But again, like I said, a lot of this is speculation and rumors. The only people supposedly that know what is true is James Gunn and Peter Safran. To kind of put it in a nutshell of what happened, everyone knows that DC is kind of struggling to find its footing, not even in comparison with Marvel films, but it's just struggling. They had a great foundation with Zack Snyder. We don't really know why Warner Brothers was so adamant to not work with Zack. We have no idea. Nothing's ever become public, but I digress. We just don't know. The Snyder Cut came out, a humongous success. The internet fucking broke HBO Max records. Like, it was something that the fans wanted. You would think that's enough for WB to see that this is what they wanted. It was not. So here we are. Since then, there's been a lot of rumblings. There was a lot of momentum with Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. I liked the movie. I loved Dwayne as Adam. It just didn't do anything to set a foot forward for the DC branch, for the DC foundation that Zack Snyder did. Nothing correlated. I mean, you see, I believe if I'm not mistaken, you see Affleck's Batman. Like, Batman is shown in the movie, but it's weird. It's like an Easter egg type of thing, but nothing really showed for it. With Black Adam's lack of success in the box office, there's a lot of speculation, and this is kind of moving to current times. A lot of speculation if there's going to be a sequel. With that also, if there's no sequel, there's no Hawkman spinoff, not even probably for a TV show, no Dr. Fate spinoff, which is what people would have wanted because Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate was amazing. No Black Adam sequel means Henry Cavill's cameo was essentially for nothing. This is where the conflicting reports get a little too much, a little too much. A lot of people are blaming James Gunn, but let's get into it. So, one of the biggest headlines that's come out in the past couple days is that Wonder Woman 3 is done. Wonder Woman 3, James Gunn and Peter Safran canceled the film for bigger reasons, and here's what they are. This is off of the Middle East. I'm not too sure of the source, but I have seen this type of headline all over Twitter. There was a plot that had leaked, and there was also a headline that Patty Jenkins walked away from Wonder Woman 3 because WB denied their pitch. And this, I did see this off Twitter. I don't know if it was confirmed, but a lot of people, it had a lot of traction to it. Was that her pitch was Diana was going to find Steve Trevor, take him to the Lazarus Pit, have him revived. The League of Assassins are going to manipulate him to attack Themyscira. It's very Winter Soldier-ish, but for me personally, I'm glad that got shelved because Wonder Woman is a character that should not be binded to a love relationship, to a love story. She is meant for bigger things. I'm cool with that being shelved. I don't want to see Gal Gadot move on. I want to see her as a Wonder Woman. So if this movie does get shelved, I'm okay with this being shelved for something better, you know what I mean? But if James Gunn can handle it, because James Gunn can handle relationships and he can handle female characters, man. Nebula was a great female character. Gamora was a great female character. Don't sleep on that. If James Gunn has any control over Wonder Woman, I like that. I'm cool with that. Next up is Aquaman. Reported today, actually, Jason Momoa is to step down as Aquaman for the new DCU role. There's a huge, strong rumor / confirmation that this new role he's going to is going to be Lobo. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think it's going to be Lobo. I don't really see the point of bringing Lobo into the DC universe. This is going to be another film, another character that's kind of thrown to the trash can because no one knows. Again, this is all speculation. Nobody knows why. This is just what it is. I'm of the mindset of if you're trying to restart a foundation, start with the major parts of that foundation. Lobo was like a C-list character. You're working with Aquaman. Don't trade in a Deion Sanders for a Samari role. For those who don't know who Lobo is, he's a bounty hunter. Smokes cigars, doesn't really give a fuck type of vibe. Doesn't really care. Similar to like a Deadpool, I guess you could say. I don't agree with this. I don't like this personally. There again, another character that is getting the axe, even though he's loved The fans support him as Aquaman. They love his character so far, getting axed for some reason. Now for the head honcho, Clark Kent, Superman. Again, we don't know. I don't even know how to start this. Superman, we don't know if Cavill's coming back, but Superman is a big priority in Gunn's DCU, as he should be. He's the biggest comic book character in the world, popularity-wise. He's the most inspirational. He should 100% be the focus. This is what we want. Like, this is what the fans want, but you already have this with the Snyder Cut and Henry Cavill. The sequel to Man of Steel 2 was denied by WB. There wasn't any plot details of it. We don't know what's happening with Man of Steel. We don't know. There's a lot. There's just a lot of things. It's giving me a headache. This DC thing, it's genuinely rotting my brain. With that being said, there's a lot happening with DC. What I personally would want to see is the foundation that Snyder built, but let James Gunn and Peter Safran handle it. Let them drive the car. This is a universe that was just created not even 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago. Just in the 10-year mark. We don't need another reboot. We don't need another reboot. As a fan, as someone who lives and breathes these characters, we do not need another reboot of the DC universe. We've seen Martha and Thomas get killed in an alleyway of Crime Alley many times. We don't need to see it again. And the thing is, you have these actors that want to stay in these roles. They want to stay as Wonder Woman. They want to stay as Aquaman. They want to stay as Batman. Affleck was just seen shooting scenes a couple months ago. Cavill wants to be Superman. Why change it? We don't want this. We don't want another one. So what I would do if I were James Gunn, I would keep the Snyder Foundation, but also parallel, if we want to do the multiverse route and end it with Crisis of Infinite Earths, take the Snyder universe, take the Matt Reeves Batman universe with Pattinson's Batman, have them kind of go at the same pace, have them be the same thing. You don't really need a Justice League in this universe, because you can build a universe out of Batman and Gotham and his rogues gallery. You could do that easily. Put them both at the same time, have films, and then kind of throw hints that there's something out there. Pattinson's Batman meet a Clark Kent. You never see him as Superman because it won't be grounded in that reality. Have him meet somebody. That way you know that there's an interconnection there. The beauty of those kind of scenes and that duality is you have an older Batman, Affleck, whoever, meeting a Robert Pattinson Batman. So the duality of you have a Batman that's lost as Robin, sidekick his boy Wonder to the Joker, meeting a Batman who maybe just hired Robin or just adopted him, you know? So he doesn't know what the future has and what could happen to him. He hasn't thought about it yet. So you have that duality and that chemistry of he knows what it is, he doesn't. He's at a crossroads. He doesn't know if he wants to tell him or not, or if things could be different. So you have that kind of thing. You can do that with really any character. Like, there could be a universe where Wonder Woman stays with Steve Trevor and he never dies. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different things you can play with that. But we don't want another reboot. We don't. Like I said, we've seen the Waynes get killed so many times. We've seen Superman's ship land a lot. Like, just start with what Snyder's done. You don't even have to call it the fucking Snyderverse. Start with what he's done and just take the wheel. Please. We're tired. DC fans, we're tired, man. I was able to speak for all DC fans in this one. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, share it, like it, subscribe to the channel. We're going to do a lot more of these videos. A lot of it's going to be my opinion, of course, mixed with sources and information and tidbits and stuff like that. Post in the comments what you guys want to see me now talk about next. We have Beast Wars coming up. I'm calling it Beast Wars. I don't care about Rise of the Beasts. We have Beast Wars coming up. We have a lot of Marvel stuff coming up too. Love you guys and hope you guys enjoyed it.